Well, hello there. On an update of August. I'm sorry, the date is August 18th, 2025. And you know what? I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'm not gonna hide it this time. I'm just not. I'm tired of all the malarkey. I'm tired of all the bamboozling. I'm tired of all the backstabbing. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. You tell somebody, hey, don't go into this war. They're probably gonna betray you. And what happens? They betray him, kick him out of the system. And then a story as old as time, um, oh god, I can't even think of the term right now. They steal the members, essentially. They just steal the members. They're like, hey, why don't you come over here? The grass is greener on the other side. The grass is greener because it's plastic. It's fake. It's not real. That's why it's greener. That's what I tell people. Don't believe it. And then they do it. It's upset. It's absolutely upsetting. It's absolutely upsetting because there's a lot that happens in these updates. I mean, like, yeah, sure, it's only like a few days, but a few days in EVE Online, you're playing EVE Online for like 4 to 5 hours a day. You're interacting with lots of people. You're doing the whole ecosystem. You're selling things. I mean, at least for my sake, I'm also trying to like get contacts and get like, people that I'm like, hey, so someone says you needed about 5,000 catalysts. No questions asked. You know, like, I want a good situation. I want a good deal. But it seems like no matter how straight arrow I am, no matter how reliable I try to be to my quote friends, nothing works. Nothing ever works. It's always, oh, well, Crow, you did say that, but I didn't think you meant it. Or, oh, Crow, you said that, but, like, I thought I could get some of this nullsec stuff. Like I tell people all the time, all the time, all the time. If a nullsec group invites you into their fold, into their alliance, you need to fully grasp what you're getting yourself into. Because 9 times out of 10, you're just being put on the front lines. And that tenth time is because that guy likes you and he doesn't put you in the front lines. Maybe puts you somewhere in the middle. Just make the systems seem more populated. But that's it. That's literally it. And I tell people, and it's been like literally nearly six, no, it's been like 5 years that I've been a CEO of Venomous Rebels. And I see this trend over and over again. Of course, when I was just a normal line member, I didn't have to interact with leaders. What do I care if my CEO is online? I'm whatever. I'm just playing the game. But the thing is, the CEOs, they shape everything in this game. That's why, like, if I see somebody who is conscientious enough, where I'm like, okay, they got the drive, they got the ambition, they are somebody that I would put my 2 cents in, like somebody I would actually like believe that they're actually going to go somewhere in this game, not like, yeah, Krollo, fuck you and your own mining corporation. I'm gonna make my own mining corporation with blackjack and hookers. It's just like, okay, what happens? And then I check out that person's corporation 2 months from now, or the player sheet. So it's the same. Either A, they got like 3 members and they're in a dead corp, or B, they quit the corp and they join some big huge conglomerate. No, not to be beating on the conglomerates. The conglomerates, they keep everything interesting. Like for example, recently the Goon Swarm just attacked Horde in their home system Keepstar. It's pretty big news, especially for everyone like fighting out there. Of course, right now, what you would want to be doing is saving your resources for the bigger wars next month. But that's just that's just me. But it's so enraging when I'm like, hey, don't do this, and then people do this. I'll give you an example, a real world example, since it's a little time has passed, so you can't really do anything against this. Somebody in a Mars space, specifically near the domain thingy, domain Amamake connection, was down there, kind of like near UNSC or whatever. I forgot. Does UNSC have a Fortizar or a Keep? No, they have a Fortizar because they can't put a Keepstar in ISEC. Anyways, yeah. So long story short, you guys probably already know this, especially if you're CEOs or anyone in positions of power. They put up a public structure. Now the problem with this is they had this whole, oh Corolla, if we just put up a public structure and then we put up a public market, everyone's gonna come to our market and use our market. And I'm like, yeah, but this is also like a supply demand free economy of market. So like other people will see you moving into other people's like territory and they'll just destroy you. So then instead of like going to mom and pop's Astra House, they'll just go to the local Fortizar with a market. um, of course, people don't have to use player markets. I myself rarely, if never, ever, ever, ever use any. Sorry about that. I was coughing. But yeah, I never use player markets, and if I do use player markets, it's literally like, ah man, I'm in the middle of the wilderness in RuneScape. I need some equipment. Ah man, I guess there's this player station that has nearby equipment. Looks like I'm hooked. Now it looks like I'm walking to it. Like that's literally the only situation. I'm never like, oh man, that's the player station. There are rare situations where like there are some player engineering complexes that people utilize, but you have to also take in. I love this game for these reasons. You have to take into context the is it the constellation index or the solar system index? It's like one of the indexes where if the constellation or the system makes a lot of money, then the structure prematurely automatically taxes more just based on more money being generated in the system as kind of like a nerf. To basically be like, oh man, stop succeeding so much. That's what the nerf is there for. But it's like, especially people who are like industrialists, they do industry like every single day. These things aren't going to worry to you. These little tiny like. I mean, actually, no. Thinking about it, player stations taxes could get quite high to like about. I've seen them get to like 15 to 20% per production. So it's literally up to you, honestly. But the thing is, you have to just worry about those taxes and nonsense. But like other than that, I never use player stations for the golden rule that player stations can be destroyed. And there's whole organizations out there. Not gonna say names, but there's whole organizations out there that set up a dummy structure, make it look like a real structure, and then have a mercenary group destroy it while it's like not being powered so acid safety doesn't work. And I know about those groups. I don't mention those groups because that's how they make their money, and I'm not stepping on their toes. If they want to make money that way, that's fine, but they're not gonna get me. They're not gonna I mean, again, like I don't even put a lot of stuff in player structures anyways. I'll probably put like maybe like a canister of like some blueprints and like minerals, but everything now is literally just NPC station, NPC station, NPC station, NPC station for safety. And if you are being anyone listening to this, if you are being asked by a nullsec power to like come out or whatever, again, you don't have to be jaded, you don't have to be mean, okay? You don't have to be mean. Be nice. These people, they want to work with you. You have to understand that these people probably need more manpower. Not that they don't have they don't have manpower. They do have manpower. That's why they're in nullsec. But they just need more manpower. It's a numbers game. So, if you ally yourself with one of these groups, expect to fight, or at least expect to show up for roaming fleets, or basically, the settled saying is if you don't show off your power, you're going to lose it, especially in this game. If you're a nullsec group and you don't do PvP call to arms, then you're going to lose your territory. But that's all I got for this week.